Christmas Lovers Anonymous is a nice film, a decent story with some lovely messages. I don't think I love the protagonist. I don't hate her, but I never really cared for her. But that aside, I thought it was a pretty decent film. This was released in 2021. It's directed by Lexi Giovagnoli and it's written by Giovagnoli, Lisa Hepner, and Elizabeth Snoderly. And we have a cast including Brooke Burfitt as Katrina. And at the start of the film, Katrina has a lot. She has a job, she is in a relationship, and she's a big fan of Christmas. And then her boyfriend breaks up with her. He was a nasty character, I have to say, very well written, but not a very pleasant character. And then she loses her job, and suddenly just Christmas is not what it used to be. And she decides to write a book. And I actually love this. This made me think quite a lot, and it made me realise something I hadn't realised before. She writes a book about letting go of the expectations of creating the perfect Christmas, and there was a line in this, I didn't write it word for word, but it was basically how you can say no to doing everything but not feeling like a Grinch at the same time. And it made me realise I do feel guilty. I don't go all out for Christmas, certainly when I'm on my own I don't, and when people are like, oh, are you putting up a Christmas tree? And I say no, I feel terrible. But why? Why should I? And this film really made me think about that. So I really appreciate that. But it's not all plain sailing, and there are obviously obstacles she has to overcome. And she is a successful author already. And writing something that kind of tells people to not go all out for Christmas is maybe doesn't usually fit in with her brand. So there are some issues there for her to overcome. And, well, I won't say any more than that. There's a romantic aspect to it as well. And in general, I liked the story. I thought it was very well done. It was an interesting narrative. As a writer, I do tend to engage with stories that are about writers and authors. I just think that that's obviously a fascinating topic. But that being said, I didn't really engage much with Katrina. I didn't dislike Katrina. Absolutely not. But there were times when I just thought, I don't love you. You're not my favourite. So I didn't really care for her that much as a protagonist. And that meant I wasn't really behind her emotionally. I wouldn't say it affected my enjoyment of the film overall. But obviously films are generally a much more pleasant experience if you can emotionally connect with the character. So that bit wasn't as good as I'd hoped, but it didn't affect how I ultimately felt about the film. And I'd say I liked it. I'd say Christmas Lovers Anonymous is a good film, a decent story, and I guess Katrina's a likeable protagonist for the most part. I didn't love her. I liked her, I didn't love her or emotionally connect with her, but the performances across the board are very good, and it is still very Christmassy. Despite the message, it is still very Christmassy. So, in general, it's not too bad. If you're looking for a festive film with a decent narrative and some really good messages and food for thought, then I'd say Christmas Lovers Anonymous is a pretty good one to go with.